The more Garrison tried to get his bearings, the more disorientated he became. Everyone looked so different. "Where am I?" he asked one of the men who had come to his aid. "West 29th Street, in the year 1957. "Why?" he replied. 1957? Garrison thought. 1957? He then said aloud. "What the hell is going on?" Thank you very much.
The only thing that makes me proud to be Irish is when you're driving on small rural country roads and the guy driving towards you who you don't know does this.
So aside from all the things that we do to each other, living in a human body, whether it's male or female, is a really political action in itself. So this is a poem that I wrote called In which I attempt to console myself about eating a loaf of garlic bread at midnight. True story, guys. This is a babble. The garlic bread sits, a cold loaf on the table, the length of my forearm, crumbled by hands at dinner, singing, "Girl, come here now. You go for an old bite now. Just buzz into the fridge and get some ketchup. Nobody's here, only you, me, Netflix, Reeves and Mortimer playing detective. Nobody's judging you. And if they are, fuck 'em. It is the place of nobody's hands on the softness of a jaw that was striking when you were 18. Maybe it's less so now, but it's still your jaw. No frocks should dare squeeze you wrong. No photographs distort you. Words like thick, voluptuous, curvy, when said with a sneer, are but police tape on your flesh."
This tune is called Money. Off you go, runners.
Said about it being it's a game as well. That's the it's not, I don't know if that's an insight, but that these people have strategies to it and they enjoy it as a sport. It's like going betting on horses for them in a way, in terms of thinking, you know, the real people behind the scenes, not the ones you see knocking on your doors. There's the real party faithful who like are doing, you know, all the figures and scheming about it and working it out. It is a sport for them. And I don't think that's what politics is about or should be about. And I think that's why not everybody likes every sport. And I think that's why we're not engaged by politics, because it is a sport for a certain few people. And I don't really think it speaks to all of us. The thing I said earlier about the honesty thing, I think people actually don't want you necessarily to be honest. And I think that's you think everybody is reasonable. And you know, it's really not the case. And that was a real shock when you go into something with the best kind of ideas about it.
Funniest or kind of maddest stories came out of the Kent Centre, and actually came out of the people who were working as the helpers for the various parties, you know, arguing over spoiled votes and all that kind of stuff. Did you come across anything like that?
Spoiled votes and stuff?
Yeah, like people who would say, there's a smudge on the one, that's definitely a one, and that's, you know, that's my preference and all that kind of stuff.
Well, there was one which had virgin written across my face.
That's probably the best answer to end on.
We've obviously all been affected. I am not immune from the effects of the recession. I have a small 15-month-old son. And just before Christmas I had to consider letting him go. That is an awkward conversation. Trying to get him to come into the kitchen, leave the blocks where they are, and eventually get him to sit down to try and explain to him that he's costing you more money than he's bringing in. Eventually it just became so awkward we just said we'll just renew his contract in 6 months' time. But it's crazy. I think it is crazy that there is a baby boom happening in the country. A lot of my friends are having babies. A lot of my friends are planning on having babies. I don't get it because none of them have any money. I think that the reason this is happening is that many of them misunderstood Enda Kenny when he said, it won't be us that pays back this baby. I think we all have friends dumb enough to think, I better get 2 of those friends.
Not worried.
16.
Garrison hated Mondays. Sure, everyone says they hate Mondays, but not everyone has seen their entire family eaten by a pig on a Monday. One more. You, sir.
73.
3? Oh, I lost my place. Let's see where 3 is. No. Was there 3? Yes. What's that?
73.
John Garrison was one of the top 5 hula hoopists in Europe. But how on earth could he use this secret to disarm these terrorists?